My dad monitored our bank account 11 times a day until it tore our family apart. We're at dinner, me picking at leftovers, my mom counting bus fare into an envelope, when my dad announces we're all switching to a shared banking app where he can see every transaction in real time. We're a month behind on the water bill, but his coworker swears this is the only way to keep a family accountable. I'm 18, working weekends at a grocery store while I do my first year at community college. My mom cleans houses. We don't have time or money to be anything but accountable. If nobody's hiding anything, Dad says, nobody minds being seen, which sounds like a line from a surveillance state, but okay. He sets it up right there at the table and makes us each confirm we're linked. And I clock immediately what he doesn't understand about this app. It doesn't just show purchases, it shows the merchant, the exact time, the location, and it pings everyone whenever a new charge posts, including his own. Dad drives a delivery route all day. My mom and I are the ones out spending small amounts constantly. He works nights now, home during the day with nothing to do but refresh. Now I'll know we're staying on budget, he says. What he means is now he can watch us like a hawk. Months earlier, Dad had asked me to start fudging things for him, to tell Mom he'd picked up an extra shift whenever she asked where the truck was on a Saturday. Your mother worries, it's easier this way, he'd said. He doesn't realize he just walked himself into a trap. Day 1, my phone buzzes every 20 minutes. Why $6 at the campus cafe? Mom texts me. He's flagged 11 of my charges before noon. We both realize he's sitting there refreshing instead of sleeping before his shift. Day 3, he calls me furious because the app shows I filled my tank at a station 2 miles out of the way, wasting gas. So I start driving across town to the cheaper pump, which makes me late to a shift and gets me written up. Mom stops buying the good coffee because he questioned a $4 charge, then works a double and forgets to eat. Week 2, he sees Mom spent 90 minutes at a home goods store and lectures her about impulse buying. Rich, considering he was at a job site for 6 hours the day before and came home with nothing. Mom looks at me like I should have warned her he was watching, but how? He watches me too. Week 3, his card pings at a strip mall at 10 p.m. Mom asks, mild, that's the 3rd late night this week. Everything okay at work? He snaps that deliveries run over. But I've seen that plaza. Nothing there is open past 6. That night, Mom pulls me aside. Does your father seem off to you? I pull up his charge history. The same address over and over, always in the evening. And neither of us wants it to be what it looks like. Then the water bill comes, stamped final notice, and Mom sets it on the table without a word. I gave you the cash for that weeks ago, she says. Processing delay, Dad says. It's handled. We're both looking at that repeating pin on the map. Week 5, Mom texts me, leaving early. Meet me at that plaza. His card had posted there at noon and it's now 6. I tell my manager I'm sick and drive over. Mom's already in the lot, phone out. His truck's not here, I say. She points across the road, a pawn and loan storefront with an OTB counter in the back. Off-track betting. We walk in together. He's at the counter with a stack of losing slips and a paper cup of coffee gone cold. He's talking to a guy next to him. My family thinks I'm running deliveries. Gives me the whole afternoon. He hands over cash. This is from the kid's paycheck. She'll never notice. I step forward. I noticed. He spins around and sees us both. Mom holds up her phone with the app open. He starts stammering, and then the guy beside him makes it worse. Tell him about your system, man. You're due after last month. Mom's voice goes flat. Last month? How much? He crumbles. 8,000. Maybe more. 3 months of it. Every extra shift. The rent money, the utility money, my paychecks he'd been quietly pulling from, and I finally understand why he watched our locations and our spending so obsessively. He needed to know exactly where we were so he'd know when it was safe to be here. And I helped. I told Mom he was working. I covered for him. In the car, he suggests we all just delete the app and move on. Mom takes his phone out of his hand. We'll delete it, she says. You're going to sit down with me and a list of everyone we owe. And then you're going to find someone to talk to about why you did this. A real someone, not a coworker with a tip. He didn't argue. For the first time in months, he didn't have anywhere else to be.